Welcome to the Nerve Guys podcast, where we discuss movement, performance, and rehabilitation through the lens of the brain and nervous system. The Nerve Guys podcast is hosted by Gareth Kelly and James McCambridge. To find out more about the Nerve Guys or to book into our online or in-person training programs, please visit thenerveguys.co.uk. The Nerve Guys podcast is sponsored by Elite Vision Sticks. Every day, athletes of all levels are reaching their full performance potential with Elite Vision Sticks. Pick up yours today. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Nerve Guys podcast. Today, we have another special guest with us. It is a bit of another recovery journey, another recovery story. We have Sveta, who at the age of 20 went through some pretty serious brain surgery. We're going to be talking a little bit about that, as well as her journey into neurology rehab and coaching, her vision training that she uses with her clients, and some other projects that she's working on as well. So first of all, Sveta, hello. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Hello, James, Garrett. Hello, I'm fine. Thank you. And thank you so much for having me in your podcast. So excited.
Yeah, no problem. So what I thought would be quite cool, because as I said, you've had quite an interesting journey into the rehab world, being a survivor of brain surgery yourself and having quite a long and difficult recovery journey, I guess. What were you doing before that? And how did this all come about?
Okay, so you know that it was a long journey. It was about 5 years of rehabbing. And of course, I started like maybe all survivors from physical therapy. And I did it for 3 years. And then I go to cognitive trainings and I can mention vision sticks, yes. And I think that this part of rehabilitation was so good, and the vision therapy helped me so much because then I went to sand training. You know that I need to training on sand, and it's so good for my balance because after the surgery, the cavernoma did bleeding into my cerebellum. And the cerebellum is about balance, is about your how you feel in space, and it was broken. So I need to step by step. I need to recover. So Sandbox helped me a lot in that, in my balance, in jumping, in feeling in this space. And also I went dancing, and now I started to work as a coach. Voila. This is long story short, how was my rehab?
Yeah, okay. And I think so for anyone who hasn't heard this, so you mentioned bleeding into the cerebellum, and cerebellum is an immensely important part of the brain. So I think the estimates now are about 80% of the neurons in the brain exist in the cerebellum, which means like it does quite a lot of work. So based on that, like after the brain surgery, what kind of state were you in? Like what were you able to do? What did it feel like? How was it?
Just after surgery, I thought that it's for 2 weeks, nothing special. But then I understood that my right side of the body was paralyzed. Yes, so I can't move my hand, my leg, and I still have face paralysis. So this was like crisscross like this. So this part of the face and right part of the body. So I was in this in this case, and then I should I should learn how to walk, how to sit, how to eat, how to move, everything. and it was very difficult because I need to go to university, and I couldn't do that because I was in wheelchair, and my university wasn't how to say there's no
Accessible.
yes, it's an old how no how to say an old statement. Yes, and there is no special things for wheelchair, only stairs, etc. So it was difficult, and I decided at home to verticalize, uh, to move myself, to walk anyhow. How can I do this? And then I piano oh no step by step I tried to walk, and it was quite good. So now I'm able to walk, and I'm able to do it myself, and it's great.
Yeah, and so the relearning to walk, was that sheer, at the very beginning, was it just kind of sheer willpower and I'm just going to try to move, or did you already know about, let's say, the vision therapy or anything like that at the time?
No, no. I can tell you the story that I was at home, and I think that I did everything. I tried physical therapy. I tried something for my hand, but I thought that I need something for my brain, maybe for my eyes, something like that. And I searched the internet. Yes, I searched the Instagram, and I met Franco, and he said, "Oh, let's do some session for vision therapy," and it was so good for my brain. And I thought, yes, here it is. There is the missing puzzle for my rehabilitation.
Yeah.
And
I've heard, so I've noticed myself, anyone that sort of starts and they get into this kind of therapy generally start by going, I am going to fix this. They have that mindset and then they go and they search. But when they find the vision therapy as well, they go, oh, this is a piece of the puzzle.
yeah,
Everyone says that. Everyone says it when they find it.
yes, because it's like neurons are going faster, and you move faster. So I think it's great.
Yeah. I mean, vision, again, with the cerebellum, 80% of the neurons in the brain, vision on its own
Mhm.
is about 50% of everything that happens in the brain is somehow related to vision. So when you have a really big problem, like you can't walk and your face is paralyzed, it can be a really useful, well, vision is usually going to be involved in the recovery just because your visual pathways can link to almost every other part of the brain. We've kind of talked about, Franco sponsors the podcast, his Vision Sticks, with the Vision Sticks, but we haven't really
Yes.
talked too much about what they are. So, what does this kind of vision training look like that you were doing?
Okay, that I should say that after operation, as I have facial paralysis, my left eye is turned to the nose, and I can nothing do about that. But I have a great peripheral vision, so I can see what is happening all around me. And this is I'm working about. I'm working about this peripheral addition. So what I do, I do like standard visual training, saccadic gait movements, smooth pursuit, up and down, to the left, to the right, etc. And also I use Brooks string. How to say in English?
Yeah, that's Brock string. So it's a little string with just for anyone who hasn't heard of it, it's got like little
Yes,
beads on it for testing your convergence.
yes, convergence, divergence. It's really hard for me, but I try to do this. And also the visual therapy for cerebellum, like this. So
Yeah, so touching your nose with your, sorry, I'll just repeat some of these just because some of our listeners will be just listening, some of them will be watching, but yeah, basically that's the finger to your nose exercise. People might be familiar in the old American movies when the guy gets pulled over by a cop, they were usually make him stand on one leg, touch the nose.
I take the target and then my nose, the target and then my nose, and this is good for cerebellum, so you can try also for fixing yourself.
That's the exercises you still use as well in your rehab journey. What
Yeah.
about with your clients and vision sticks? Because I know I use them all the time with a lot of clients. What about you? What would you introduce clients to these very quickly?
Especially I see if the clients need this therapy. So if they need to work on cerebellum, and I do this like a quick warm up to activate neurons, to activate brain, and it's all. Not like me. I'm doing this all the day, and with the clients I do this like quick warm up. So it's good, it's great, and activate neurons, activate brains, and you're ready to work.
Yeah. What kind of clients do you work with at the moment?
At the moment, I work with young athletes, one football player, especially two football player, and one hockey player, and it's all three clients.
It's amazing to find that with the visual training, it's either sports people looking to get better or rehab. And I've noticed now it's becoming more standardized, not standardized, but accepted. So I don't know about you, but over here, I think me and James have found that nobody knows about it. So we've made it sort of our mission to try and get more people to understand that this kind of training can help them. So how is it in Moscow? Do many people know about visual therapy, about nervous system training, all that kind of thing?
As I understood that you're asking if it works for rehabilitation for people who have some disease, yes, or it's good for sport, or both.
Both. Basically, does the general public, are they starting now in the likes of Moscow and stuff to know that you can do this kind of training? Because no, yeah, over here as well, nobody knows. Nobody knows that you can do it.
Yes, it's so weird, and I know that it's not okay. So in Moscow, the people don't know too much about brain, how brain works, and sometimes they need to this approach to be accepted by medicine, by government, and so on. And they don't want to spend money, to spend the time to find specialists for that. And this is a problem. So I can work with the young children, and I can say that it's fun, it's cool, and I can promote it, but nobody nobody wants this. So it's a difficult part, but I think that it will grow in because even I want to spread all over Russia that it works, and you can see that I'm rehabilitated from huge, disaster. And this one of the part was vision training and cognitive training. So it's so good for your brain. So please, right. So please find a therapist and do yourself something for your brain. It's great. It's all I want to say.
Yeah, I totally agree as well. Over here, some people are starting to find these things exist, whereas before they would just not fix it.
Yeah, and part of it is you just have to, like, I guess it's a very slow journey, but you have to kind of prove it works. So you definitely proved it with yourself that you can rehabilitate. using it, but then also maybe with your other clients, you might be able to show that this can be useful in sport as well, because that's the thing I find. Athletes, if you're recovering, you don't really have any other choice. You'll try anything because, it's like, what else am I going to do today other than, well, let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. But for an athlete, they want you to show that you're going to make them better today, now. Otherwise, they don't want to know. So I think that's the part that's like can be quite a slow journey, but definitely one that's worth getting into and doing.
Yes. Yes, and I saw in your Instagram, Gary, that you have so good results with the flexibility. Yes, and you apply some visual training as well for this flexibility, because that I scroll the photos. Sometimes I see that people can do something, and then a photo that people already do something. It's great, and it's
It's
also
so
with the
good.
therapy. Yes.
Yeah, it's so good for that kind of training. It's so good for strength and flexibility training as well. Some of this, sometimes you'll get somebody and the exercise just works and they can just do something that they hadn't properly been doing before because everything was just not working as well. And then it's just like, excellent.
Okay. Yes. Right.
Can I ask a question also? I wanted to ask you about your facial nerve, and if you had any luck with rehabbing that, mainly because I also have damage to my facial nerve on the left-hand side. That was from a surgery about maybe 8 years ago, and that's what got me into neuroscience. I have limited movement as well as limited sensation on the left side of my face. Have you been doing work other than the vision stuff for kind of trying to rehab the facial nerve at all?
You know that I do face gym every day, every day. First year, no, maybe three first years, uh, I did 2 times a day for 20 minutes the face gym, like smiling, like for example, I don't know what. Also, a quick massage for for understanding that I have feelings in the side. So I after the gym, I did some taping, tapes. It's for
Like kinesio tape or
yeah,
yeah.
kinesio tape to fix yes the result. And also some doctors said to me, "Oh, it's nothing to do with it. You should do a surgery." And I said, "No, I don't want to, because I will smile, and it's all I can I can do." So,
Yeah.
so I'll try to move it, and I don't know if it will work, but I believe that it will. Face gym only. And
Yeah. And
do you do face gym? What are you doing?
well, I wanted to ask about Face Gym, is that like a specific product or program that people could find? Because I've been doing movement exercises, but I don't have a specific program. Is Face Gym something people could find online?
No, it's I did it with a doctor, and nothing special, just casual exercise. But the key is consistently. That you cannot do it one day a week. No, if you do
Mm.
every day, maybe you do and you see nothing. You do next day, you see nothing. But then you can see that it works. So do little things every day.
Yeah, that's exactly what I found as well. And I think it's a really big one for and really any of the cranial nerves. So the the nerves in your brainstem that kind of control the sensation or movement on your face, or even the eyes. So with those ones, the neural input is so powerful that if you just do a little bit of work, it's always just going to revert back to what it was before, and nothing's going to happen. So for me as well, it was that kind of every single day I did. So my face exercises were, things like big smiles and scrunching up my eyes really tight and trying to open them really wide. Then I didn't do so much massage, but I did massage right after the surgery. I did that a lot, but then I kind of stopped. But also kinesio tape. So kinesio tape, pulling back, that actually really that was surprising to me how much it helped, because I believe most of the kinesio taping companies don't recommend that you put it on your face. They say don't do it. We haven't tested it.
Why? There is a special tape for even for your face. BB tape for face.
Okay, I just used the regular.
Yes, the regular is stronger. It's better, because for face it's like it's not so good.
Yeah. And did you have any sensation issues on your face? So
yes and no. It depends.
Yeah.
Because it's not so good. I don't know. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah, same here. I have sometimes like double sensation. So I stroke along my cheekbone, and at the same time it feels like something is stroking along, so it feels like two fingers, if that makes sense. And I get that all around my cheekbone. And the way I found that was really helpful was I get like a paper clip, paper clips, just where any 2 points, and then I'll press them together, and I just focus on feeling the sensation of two different points on my face.
Your brain like this.
Yeah. Just try and teach it. This is what I should be feeling. And then once I get good at it, I move them a bit closer together, and then I do it again. And that's one that I've been doing every day for a couple of years now, and it's really helping. But it's very, very slow.
I will try. And you smile pretty well, so great. I want like this.
Yeah. Well, mine wasn't too bad to begin with. It was noticeable, but it wasn't complete paralysis. It was just slight nerve damage. So,
so
I was
great. I will try.
Yeah. So then the other thing that we wanted to chat to you about, basically, now that you've got into all of this rehab work, you've got yourself started on a project that sounds like it's going quite well, or it's doing potentially quite well. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yes, I'm so happy that I entered the project. It's I entered the contest. It's the All Russian contest of sport project, and I'm so happy because it was 2,000 of project, and I'm in 50. I was selected. So my project is about cognitive trainings, as you can note. Yes, about cognitive trainings and vision. And that I don't know. I wanted to enter this contest, but I don't know how to say about myself. What is cognitive trainings, how to say that, how to present it. But then I decided to say honestly, to tell honestly that, hello, I'm Sveta, I'm from Russia, and I want to tell about cognitive trainings. I suffered a great rehabilitation, a great surgery, so I want to tell you about this, that it works. And if you heard about it, you just need to try now. And this I'm talking about, and I mean, so if you can, please vote. I need some likes, some hearts from you, and I will pass you the link with the project. It's in Russian, but I just would like if you can.
We will stick that down below. Whenever we put this up, we'll put the link down below so everyone can go and like it.
Yay!
Yeah. And do you have details? What's the project going to involve? Is it about educating people about this type of therapy, or what's the goal?
Okay, the goal is to involve your brain in work, and it's about to move faster. It's about direction and your attention, and I say that this is so good for athletes and so good also for rehabilitation, and it's so fun. It's great. It's very contemporary. Then you can see this beautiful chart, and this is so awesome to do. And this is not like an old thing that you don't know how to use. It's fun, it's clear, yes, and it's great. So my project is about this, and I want to spread the cognitive trainings in this way, in fun way, in cool way, and this is for all sport, for box, for hockey, for football, for tennis, for your gym goals. It's for all. So let's try to do it with everybody.
I think everybody, and I mean everybody, should do cognitive visual nervous system training, because everybody is somehow either compensating or recovering or not performing as well as they possibly could, and adding this in daily will make a difference to so many people that don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the mission.
Yes, because in the gym, you can do very cool muscles. You can work. You can do 100 push-ups. But if you don't work with your brain, it's nothing to do about why. You should involve all your capacity. If you have eyes, train your eyes. If you have muscles, train your muscles everywhere. So I think it's the future, and we should talk about this.
I think that's a really good way to look at it. And more people get on board with things like breath training and breathing training now, where years ago it would have been no way. Like training how you breathe just sounded idiotic and stupid. And I think it's the same thing with vision, where people go like, what do you mean train my eyes? I use my eyes every day. Like I can see, what's the problem? But like it really is going that way. But also when you say, you can train in the gym and build your muscles, that's true, but it's not actually true for everybody. And that's where I think the real power of this stuff comes in, is that if you're lucky enough that, whether it's just genetically or whatever, that you can just lift muscles and see your muscles get bigger and nothing, you don't get injured. You can go through every day, and life is kind of that easy in that respect, that when you train, when you exercise, you see the expected improvements, then that's great. For a lot of people, it's not the case. And a lot of the time, as you saw with, you could rehab your entire body with vision therapy. I'm not saying you didn't do other things as well, but vision therapy was a really key part of it. How much do you think, if you can learn to walk again and move your face and see again, see better, just from training your eyes, what could other people who are struggling just to get results in the gym, actually, maybe there's probably a pretty good chance that training their eyes might help them get a little bit better in all those other areas as well. So I think it's a really cool thing to spread, and I really do agree that I think everybody needs it.
Yes, yes. Great.
Most importantly, though, we hope your project wins.
Yeah, that was going to bring me to the other thing I was going to say was we will put links everywhere to your project once this goes up. So whether it's on Spotify or YouTube, as well as on our Instagram, we'll have links there. As well as it just being a really important project. One of the other things that I think is really great about it, which you said, is it's in Russian. And a lot of these neuroscience things, in fact, a lot of scientific stuff has fallen into this kind of trap nowadays where it's always all in English. And so if you're lucky enough to be in an English speaking country, then you're going to get all the good stuff really quickly, really fast. Everywhere else, it's kind of, all right, well, let's wait till one person reads it in English and then they try to do something. And, as you said, when you start trying to tell people about this, they don't always want to know straight away. So to be able to get a project off the ground in your actual language is going to go a long way to making it more accessible for everyone around you. So I really think of, two reasons I think people should just vote for this straight away. Number one, vision training. We want to make this more normal, to see somebody in a gym lifting weights is normal. Also should be to see them training their vision, whether it's, following a target, whether it's moving really quickly, training your peripheral vision. That should be more normal. But also, if we want it to become international, we shouldn't just be having it only in English, and we should be trying to get as many get it in as many other languages as quickly as possible, so that it's accessible to more people and it's not such a trickle down approach.
There should be more hubs.
Yes, and that I should say that it's good for rehabilitation. And I remember one case that I can say, that it was very difficult for me to walk. Yes, and I was walking like very slow. Yes, and I was looking down. I was walking and looking down. And if somebody, called me like, Sveta, hi, it was very difficult for me to look up, to look in front of the guy and say hello. It was very difficult to move my eye up. And then I started to do visual training, and then it was easy for me. I walked and I said, and I look at the people, at the person. So it was great. And even I start driving. I have so good peripheral vision that I was driving, of course, with instructor, but the visual therapy is working. And if it worked for me, somebody who suffered cavernoma, somebody who suffered brain surgery, it will help to athletes very quickly.
Yeah, 100%. But also, on a pretty final note, James, were you not learning Russian a while ago?
You learn.
Да. Я говорю русский язык.
Oh,
it's not good, but I try.
right. Great. And I'm speaking English like this, and I don't know. I think it's not good, but I try. No.
Yeah. I just remembered, I was like, oh, James was learning Russian.
Yeah. I've been trying. My girlfriend's parents are Russian, and so I'm very keen to try and learn. But I find it difficult. I find Russian was the first language I ever tried to learn, actually, because when I coached gymnastics, my gymnastics coach was Russian, or the head coach was Russian, and so I thought, oh man, I'm going to learn Russian. I'm going to spend a whole year and I'm going to learn Russian and I'm going to speak to my gymnastics coach. And I remember I planned out, I worked out what I was going to say. And then I tried to figure out, every possible thing that he could say back to me. And then I'd work out, okay, what will I say next? So it was a whole year of, just me learning one sentence and then trying to work out what he might say back to me, afterwards. And when the day came, I showed up into the gym and I walk up to him. His name was Vlad. And I said, "Очень приятно, Vlad. Как вы поживаете?" And he said, "No, incorrect. Russian would never talk like that."
It's very official, but it's normal. You can say it like this.
Yeah. Well, he said he put me off straight after that. I had every answer, like he might say, "Oh, как дела," something like that, but he didn't. He just said, "Nope." And then I became very embarrassed about my Russian.
No, we laugh so much when somebody talks Russian. It's very, very funny. so great.
But yeah, so it was
Nice.
It seems like a very, very hard language, but then again, most languages seem quite hard when you're trying to speak them with this accent. This accent, you cannot disguise this accent when you speak another language. But yes, so Vision Sticks, you're the ambassador for Vision Sticks in Russia.
Yes, I'm sending them in Russia, and I can send them for every city, for everybody. Just call me and I do it.
And it is something, for what they are something that everybody should have a set of.
Yes.
Everybody should have them.
Of course.
Definitely. And so everyone listening to this should do two things. They should buy a set of Vision Sticks, and they should also go and vote for your project.
Yes, absolutely. Please, it's very, very cool for you, even for everybody. If you're an athlete or you're just a man who wants to improve yourself, just try Vision Sticks and try visual therapy. Call me and we'll do something great.
Cool. All right. And on that note, I think we will wrap it up. So as I said, for anyone listening, please do look out for the links and go and vote for Sveta's project. And Sveta, thank you very much for coming and sharing your story and telling us all about it, and also about the Vision Sticks and project and everything. I really hope you've already got 2,000 people out of the competition. So I hope the final 50 you can be successful with as well.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much. Yes, for having me in your podcast. I love so much you guys. You're awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thanks very much.